Pull my finger.
No way.
Come on, Beavis. Pull it.
Okay.
That was cool.
Welcome everybody to Big Dylan Games. My name is Dylan, and welcome to Beavis and Butthead. A game that... oh, flash warning.
Yeah.
A game that I've actually been pretty fond of, and I've been actually having some practice before I actually started to do this recording. Okay, so anyways, this whole thing is actually going on here. So, they get themselves... Beavis and Butthead, they're going to a Gwar concert. Gwar. And then the dog grabs their tickets, barfs them, and then it gets run over by a lawnmower. And now it's our job to go and get the tickets back. Okay, so the story begins. Alright, so anyways, like I was saying, I played this game lots of times, like at least 2 to 3 times, and the reason why is because it was actually kind of like something out of not spite. It was just because out of curiosity. If you haven't seen the James and Mike Mondays video where they did the or how about instead, if you haven't seen the AVGN or Angry Video Game Nerd review of this game, then it's like, it's very interesting, but also there are parts of it that were kind of like, what have ya. It was kind of like, nah, I don't know why this seems to be a problem. So what did I do? Well, instead, I decided to pick up the game myself and actually give it a try, and it's actually not as bad as you would think. The difference here is that it is kind of confusing regardless in some portions. Okay, so, and if you want proof, okay, so here is the game here's the gamepad, or the case right here. It even came with an instruction manual and everything. All fresh, not brand new, whoops. And I even had passwords that I was writing down before I even came on here to do this. So if you think that I don't know what I'm doing, I definitely know what I'm doing. And I have done a lot of gameplay on this, because it is interesting. It's a very interesting game. Okay, so the first thing here is there are items that you can pick up. So, like, there's a pair of pants under here. Oh, I just went to the poster. Okay, so, see that? I picked up a pair of pants. Well, right now, I don't need them, so I'm going to drop them. Alright, so here, we're going to go back. And we're going to go grab the TV remote. And now I have the TV remote. Now I'm going to play mostly as Butthead because I like Butthead more than Beavis. It's just me. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is probably one of the more difficult portions of the game, which is this. Whoa. Okay, so the first thing that is important to know, you have two methods of attack. You have a method of attack, which is Butthead farts and Beavis burps. Now that's how you do your attacks. But also, notice how they kind of take a lot of damage? Well, that's because it is kind of not the way you're supposed to do it. But that's fine, we don't need to worry too much. But here's what we're going to do. First we're going to do is this important area. Now if I can actually do it. Oh, pick that up because we need that. That's actually... This burger sucks, dude. We're sick. I can't do the Beavis and Butthead. What's that like? This burger sucks, dude. We're sick. Okay, so this, if you haven't seen the James and Mike Monday video, it's actually, this was the part that got them very confused over the complications of this game. But clearly right here, I'm sorry, they're saying that they're sick. So this basically means, this basically means that they are gonna start to lose health. Now, it's very hard to see it. Okay, yeah, see, Beavis just said we're sick. So we need to actually start bolting to get ourselves some extra health. Okay, so Beavis right now has the spitball straw. Now also, there's like a lot of areas. Burger World, the street, Turbo Mall, War Concert, Drive-In, Highland High, and the hospital. So the next place we gotta go to here is the hospital. Now, I'm gonna switch over to Beavis, and I'm gonna use the straw. I'm gonna take out these guys, because they drop health. And also you gotta watch out for that, see? But here's the interesting thing. As long as that board stays in frame, it basically means it'll stay. Okay, so I know this is like a lot to pick up, like all right now on the first video, but trust me, okay? This is something that you definitely need to follow, but it won't come in until later in the game. This is the most difficult portion of the game, but it actually has a reason, and I'll show you why much later in the game. Right, you boys appear sick. Looks like you boys have acute burgeritis. This should clear that rash. So yeah, what they'll do is they'll cure you, and they will give you full health. Now here's the important thing. Don't leave. Hop up here, grab the scissors, and that's it. Now you don't know what those scissors are for, but I'll show you. It's later. Now, if you don't know exactly what this game appears to be, it follows kind of in the same line as a point-and-click adventure game, although it has platforming and side-scrolling kind of levels with it. Okay, now here's the other thing. If I can get this guy down. Yeah, there we go. Now, we're not gonna go and finish up here. So, ow. Gotta just keep on doing this until he dies. The enemies do take a lot of hits, but the added benefit, though, is that they always drop health. So, if your character is dying, find an enemy, find areas where enemies will spawn constantly, and then just keep firing at them, and then regain your health. So it's actually very beneficial, very interesting. It's a very good game, or a very good idea. You know, it's like, out of the expense of one thing, then it's kind of that. Okay, so now that we have the scissors, we don't necessarily need them, but here's the interesting thing. This room is actually where everything is held. So this, so I didn't even specify that this is actually a Sega Genesis game. And this is a game that is like something I missed out on when I was a kid. Because at the time, I loved Beavis and Butthead. Now, the other thing though that is very important when you're playing this is you have to actually write down the password. So we have MO under capital M 0 underscore E capital C V lowercase n lowercase h capital R 0 lowercase e 8 lowercase n capital C capital Q and a capital Y. Now, that's important. Lowercase and uppercase is important, as well as numbers and symbols. But that's kind of the point of all this, is because of a complicated game like this. Now this is the other important thing. You go and press, on there it says that you press A, B, or C to bring up options. Then you go under password, press A, B, or C, and now you get the password screen. Now this is an interesting that I've actually noticed people actually kind of bypass. What people see here is just a password screen, but yet you fail to see what this actually is. Password test. Name, Beavis. Yeah, so question 1. Ian is 4 feet tall and Alan is 6. How tall will Ian be when Alan is as tall as Ian in dog years? Now, do I need to really explain the point of the joke? I really want people to kind of figure it out for themselves, because, you know, it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, if you try to give out the reason for the joke and why it's funny, it kind of ruins the humor. But, you know, either way, I'll just say it. So, like, it's basically it's Beavis trying to write down his answers, and the answer is actually the password, which actually is kind of funny because it seems like it would be an answer that Beavis would actually write, because they're all so dumb. They're so stupid. You stupid kids. Alright, so now you see that? We placed in the password. The pants are where they're at. The camera is over there. I didn't know if I noticed. I showed that before. But also, we have the scissors. Now, we don't need to keep everything, because it will fill up our inventory, and especially we need to keep the items. Only take the items that we need. So, like, for instance, Beavis still has the straw, and Butthead still has the remote. Now, what we're going to do next is by far one of the more difficult portions of the game, and one of the parts of the game that actually makes it very hard, you know, for new timers. And that is, go to the hospital. I gotta switch over to Beavis because he has the straw. I really should have given it to Butthead, but I can't drop it, unfortunately. But that's okay. Each character has their own, and they each all have their individual weapon. Okay, now, this is the most important area, and probably one of the most difficult parts of the game. Everything after this, it's just a breeze. Take out that guy. Alright. And you'll see exactly why here in a moment. And if you're familiar with the James and Mike video, you'll know exactly what. Let me prep up here. Oh. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna be kind of a little quiet here as I kind of concentrate. You might see me kind of zone out a bit. Oh man. Oh crap. See, you can take a hit, but this guy will basically kind of keep following you. Oh no, 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 no. Oh crap. See, that's kind of a problem there, is that it's very difficult to get past that part. You really gotta focus. I think we're dead or something. This sucks, dude. Now, here's the problem. Now that we failed, we basically have to start all over again. But, if you wrote down the password, and you actually did this, you go back to the poster, you press the buttons, you go to password, and there you'll have the password that you wrote in before. All you have to do, press start, and then all the items are back. This, I know, is like very annoying, and I do admit it is a very annoying thing, especially when you're just trying to get through the game as fast as possible. But this is the best way possible to actually get this part done. I'm going to try this again one more time before we actually call things quit for today's video. And then for this, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of hightail it, because the added health doesn't matter. In fact, we don't even need to attack these guys. We just need to go. Here we go. One of the things too that makes it kind of a big problem is the foreground objects kind of get in the way. Jeez, oh, no. Okay, one more try. Also, you know what I just remembered? What I just realized? My goggles aren't on. I mean, it's kind of a big safety risk not playing these types of games without goggles. But then again, when do I actually wear them? Nah, I don't usually wear them all the time, so meh. Okay, back to Butthead, select, and back to the hospital. If I can, yes, there we go. Alright. Ow. Ow. See, it's actually nice that you can just kind of bypass them, because you don't need to worry about them. This area is just all just trial and error. That's pretty much all it is. No, Siri. My phone turned on and I was like, no, don't do it. Uh-oh, 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 oh, no, 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 no. No, no! Crap. Alright, well, here's what we're gonna do. The next video, we're gonna try to do this again. But that's basically it. Once we get past that whole area, it's actually a real good breeze. And I know it's kind of weird, because it's like I want my general reactions, but I actually like this game, especially the first time I actually played it. You know, because it's like, look at it. The art style is good, the music is great, the animations, look at that. And this was a game that was like very underappreciated, something that was very ambitious for its time. You know, this was around the time, you know, when home consoles, this was between Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. And it's like, to put in comparison for these two games, both Beavis and Butthead on Genesis and Super Nintendo, I'd take the Genesis version any day. But if you have anything else, if you have any other games that you would like for me to play, you know, let me know. But I can tell you this, I'm definitely going to finish this up, because I know what all to do in order to get past this game. And no, I am not going to use this cheat sheet right here with all of my other passwords on it. In fact, if you want, it's all right there. And if you want them, sorry friends, but these are no more. We're not using these. I do not need to take any more copies. I don't even need to go online. In fact, we're going to do this raw. We're going to do it the way that it needs to be done, the way it should be done, and that's going to be it. I know it's kind of strange to see me being very ambitious on this game, but that's how it is. Kind of as a way to defend, you know, this type of a game. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. This is me signing off, and we'll see you guys next time.